Hey everybody, welcome back to the Renewed Homestead. We need a hand. We got to show you something. All right, welcome back, friends. Well, you see this beautiful tree behind us? It's only been in a little over a year now. It's doing great. It's not producing anything yet, but we don't want it to. We want those roots to go in and grow and get really well established before it worries about feeding us fruit. But that said, we're treating all of our trees the same. You've seen us plant them. You've seen us mulch around them and the rabbit poop and all the steps we're going to
compost and cardboard and
everything to try to give these trees the best start that they can. Well, we're going to take you down to the orchard that we have out in front because we might need some advice. So let's go look at it. Okay, I wanted to take a little quick detour on the way down. We noticed this afternoon. Look at that great big wasp nest. You got to take care of that as quick as we can here because we don't want anybody getting stung. And that thing is full. You can see them going in and out. Okay, so this is the front area where you've seen us planting our orchard, and we've got cherries and peaches and dogwoods and apples and plums. Well, like I said, you've seen us plant, you've seen the care we take. Look at this poor thing. This is its second year, and it's losing leaves and just looking very sparse. Now, the cows might have been able to get some of those leaves, but it looked like this before the cows moved in, and that's what the hot wire is around this. That's why you see the white wire and the blue posts. This one we just planted. It started to come out. This is a peach, and now it's just looking like it's dying back. Yeah, now this is the cameo apple that you saw my son Alec and his girlfriend Maddie help us plant. And it had some leaves on it, and now absolutely nothing. So I am just not sure what's going on. And one of the thoughts we had was, well, maybe it's just too wet because, right along here, that's a creek. And then obviously we've got the pond there, but we dug holes. I'll take you over here. We took some pictures yesterday when we dug the holes. We were waiting to see, do they fill up with water? Not at all. It is bone dry. And we are just not sure what to think here. Yeah, this tree, this was another cherry. See, it just looks like the whole thing's just drying up.
yeah,
it's got these little leaves at the bottom, but it's not going to sustain this poor tree. Okay, so the trees over there are not doing well. The trees over here are not doing well, but the willow's doing great. And we planted these because we do have a lot of moisture down in this area, and there's another one down there doing fantastic, no problems, and just further adds to us being perplexed about this whole issue. All right, well, the other side of the pond, we've got the same issue. Those are all apple trees, and looks like most of them have expired on us. So we're down to thinking, do we just tear them out of the ground and transplant them? It is not a good time of year to do that, but we're afraid we're going to lose them anyway. We talked to Billy about it over at Pasture's farm, and he's kind of stumped too.
the soil's good.
Yeah.
And we're treating them exactly the same. We know there's not a water issue. So we were like, okay, well, maybe we know this was an old tobacco farm. We know the soil wasn't well cared for.
Yeah, the bugs are out in force, yes.
So we were like, okay, well, maybe something toxic was here. I mean, y'all, people bury the craziest stuff here. We've got a truck buried down there. We've got a car buried up there. I mean,
three cars buried up there. one old car body, but that's way on down. That wouldn't be affecting up here.
But so that's what we were thinking. Well, maybe something, but our neighbors don't remember anything happening. They said pretty much this bottom pasture, because it was so wet, nobody did anything
Yeah,
with
it was just neglected. It was all weeds. So, there was no attempt to spray weed killer or anything like that to try to maintain it. It was wild.
Yeah, and so I was thinking, okay, well, was the straw that we got contaminated? Was there some kind of graze on? I mean, any hay that we get that we compost is, we always check to make sure it's not sprayed, but we're like, did somebody lie to us? But if that was the case, then, they've been fertilized the exact same way with
Right.
the same compost. So those should be having that same issue.
And the weeds
And
coming
they're
up around
not.
it wouldn't be coming up.
Exactly. So we're not sure what's going on.
Yeah.
And we thought about doing a toxic chemical soil analysis, but we're reading that a lot of them aren't very good. So,
Tells you your basics,
well, that's the main soil test, but I'm
Right.
talking about the chemical,
Right.
like to find if there's heavy metals or toxic chemicals. But what I'm reading is, yes, they can do those tests, but they're not overly accurate. So,
Right. So that's why we're reaching out to you. As we always say on this channel, we're a community. We're trying to help each other, and now we're asking for your help. Have you seen this before? Have you had this issue? What do you think? I mean, certainly there's somebody out there with some experience in their background that might be able to say, yeah, just go get some eggshells, do some kind of a rain dance, mix in Tabasco sauce and a little bit of moonshine. You can find that around here.
moonshine, huh?
Moonshine, yep, and 2 turtle doves. Well, there's got to be some remedy for this, and that's why we're asking you.
Yeah, because we're stumped, and like I said, Billy was over, he's stumped. So we're like, well, maybe somebody has some ideas that we haven't thought of. So,
So, back to you.
yes.
That's right.
So any thoughts? Because we have lost a lot of trees down here. Trees up there are doing amazingly well. They're doing great.
Yep.
The ones here, not so much, and we've lost a lot, and that gets to be very expensive.
That hurts.
And very frustrating because you put all that time into it. But
Well, not only that, but as they always say, when's the best time to plant a tree? 5 years ago. Well, that's one of the first things we did was get trees in because we wanted to get them a running start, and now this. So
yes, and I would think if there were a lot of chemicals in here, the grasses and everything wouldn't be growing as well as they are. So
it's lush. The
cows were just through here.
Yep, the clover's doing great. It seems all right. So anyway, let us know what you think. We appreciate that, and as always, we're praying for you, and please pray for us in this world, and all try to root out some of the insanity, right? So yeah. And before you go, thumbs up, subscribe, get over to renewedhomestead.com, get your hoary knife. Or some deodorant, because this time of year we're all stinking.
And your comfrey root.
And the comfrey root. We do still have comfrey root.
Yes, and we have willow root and hormone as well.
That's right. So
yes, and as your pastor used to say.
Yes. Go in peace and serve the Lord. Take care, everybody. God bless.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.